All right.
Yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
Huge show today.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to tell you why people are unfairly blaming Daniel Jones for the fact that he sucks at football, and to discuss the continued fall of the historically crappy dog vomit New York Giants. We're bringing on a former Giant to just see how embarrassed he is by his terrible former team.
Yeah.
Jarrod Bunch will be joining us.
Yep.
And also we're going to do a very touching and frankly unique tribute to two Philly legends who we unfortunately lost this week, Dikembe Mutombo and Pete Rose.
Yeah, grab your tissues and your Kleenexes.
Yeah, but first, some show business that we must talk about. As you know, we're partners with iHeartRadio, and well, we just received the iHeart quarterly financial report, which shows podcast revenue is up 8%. Tony, have you received thank you?
Nothing. Not even an email or a fruit basket.
Me neither. It's ridiculous, because you look at our numbers, downloads through the roof, and our social, people, our Instagram, which you should be following unless you want to be dumb and useless. We got one clip this week, had a total watch time of, get this, people, 65 days. I mean, Tony, 65 days.
Just to put this in perspective, Gone with the Wind was only 4 hours.
Yep.
That's pathetic watch time.
Yep.
These movie studios waste so much time making movies with all these different scenes when clearly all they need to do is just show the same 27-second clip over and over. People will sit through those for days.
We proved it, Tony. We're changing the business, Tony.
Exactly.
Well, now it's time to get into other business with our top story.
Top story.
First out the gate, the Giants just in absolute chaos, hitting a new low, losing to the Cowboys, which is the ultimate low. Now, many people who don't know football, they're blaming Daniel Jones because he hasn't thrown a touchdown at home in over 2 years, 640 days.
Yeah.
But Giants fans, they're just blaming the wrong person here, Tony, aren't they?
Yeah. They should be blaming themselves.
Yep.
Did anyone consider that these rude Giants fans are clearly creating a hostile work environment for Daniel Jones?
Yep.
Frankly, I think all fans need to be supportive of quarterbacks, no matter how many times they throw interceptions or fumble the ball, unless it's in the Super Bowl. Maybe then you can threaten to kill them.
Words of wisdom, Tony.
Thank
you got to feel bad for Daniel Jones, don't you? Because, many people, they're calling him, the crappiest, most untalented quarterback who ever lived.
Yeah.
And while that is true, it doesn't tell the whole story, does it?
No, it all depends on how you look at Daniel Jones.
Yep.
If you see him as a quarterback, then yes, he's a talentless waste of space.
Yep.
But if you view him as a general manager, then he's a genius.
Yep.
He's making all the right moves to secure the highest draft picks possible.
Yep.
When you see it that way, Daniel Jones is one of the great football minds of our time.
Terrific analysis, Tony, and talked about being unfairly attacked. Let's move to the Eagles, who are being criticized by idiots, saying that their 2-2 start shows that the team is not a contender.
Oh, please.
But these morons, they just don't see the whole picture, do they, Tony?
Look at the Eagles' schedule so far. The NFL forced the team to play their first 4 games against teams that have a combined 10 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Green Bay has 4, Tampa's won 2, New Orleans has won 1, and Atlanta, they've hosted 3.
Yep.
In fact, come to think of it, New Orleans has also hosted a bunch of Super Bowls, and so has Tampa. So really, it's more like 30 or 35 Super Bowls. That's just a totally unfair way to have to start the season.
Great perspective and insight there, Tony. And another thing.
Thank you.
You see this play on Monday night that the Lions ran against the Seahawks,
God.
where Goff caught the touchdown? Looked oddly like the Philly special that Foles caught in the Super Bowl. Well,
sure did.
Detroit's coming out and saying that play is called Alcatraz, and they've been practicing it for years. Tony, what you think about this?
What do I think? One word, copyright infringement.
Yup.
Clearly, they named the play Alcatraz because they knew they should be put in prison for stealing it.
Yup.
My only hope is that Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and the whole Lions offense are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, preferably before this year's NFC Championship game.
Terrific legal analysis there, Tony. And now moving to the Cowboys. After beating the Giants on Thursday night, Dak Prescott sent a very strange message to his team. He said he doesn't want the team getting carried away with the win and said, quote, "Hopefully the guys don't listen to anything being written now, good or bad." And this is just very questionable leadership, isn't it, Tony?
So weird. What if a Cowboys player gets a letter from their grandmother saying, "I'm not feeling well"? Are they not supposed to read it?
Exactly.
What if their wife or girlfriend sends them a text saying, "I have a flat tire, I'm on the highway, please help"?
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? Not come and
Exactly.
find?
Hold on.
What? Talk about not supposed to do. What are you doing?
Why are you talking?
He clearly meant don't read things about the team.
Look at that hat he's wearing, Tony.
Yeah, what is that?
This explains why he's wearing a hat with a D on it. He's a Cowboys fan.
It doesn't stand for Dallas.
What does it stand for? Dumb?
No, it's Dorchester. It's a brewery in Boston.
Oh, so you're a Boston fan too? Oh, well, let's see.
Oh, yeah, that means the D stands for douchebag.
No,
be
shut
quiet.
up. And by the way, stop doing free ads for other companies, okay? They got to pay to be in this show. Just go ahead and send them an invoice. Send them an invoice for,
go ahead.
The ad. Anyway, and just now stop talking because
be
we're about to
quiet.
do something very important and also moving. First, we want to tell you that on Monday, as you know, we received the news that Sixers legend Dikembe Mutombo had passed away. So
Terrible.
we began planning a very special tribute that we were going to do at this point in the show. But as you know, later that day, we received word that Pete Rose died. And
Brutal.
Unfortunately, between all our sponsor obligations, we just don't have extra time in the show to memorialize both of them. But, that's okay. Because what we've decided to do is we're just going to simply combine the memorials into one.
Yup.
Just the best thing to do
Just
here.
as
So
touching.
go ahead, put on that sad, touching music. And, Tony, I'll let you start here. Go ahead.
Thank you. So much could be said about both of them simultaneously.
Yup.
Both great athletes.
Yup.
Both really great at making contact with a ball.
Yup.
One used a bat and the other used a hand. And one was named Rose, while the other rose high, 7 feet tall. And also, Pete Rose wore the number 14. And as we all know, if you put 1 plus 4, you get 5. And when you put 5 and 5 together, what do you get? Dikembe Mutombo's number. And so, there you go.
That was very beautiful, but unfortunately, we're up against time, and
no
we have
problem.
to get our sponsorship obligations.
yeah, we do.
Got to pay the bills and do this
Yup.
ad from our sponsors at Lionsgate Films and the new movie Megalopolis now in theaters.
Yeah.
Tony, you were paid handsomely to give your review. Tell us what you thought of the film.
Oh, I loved Megalopolis. As many of you know, I'm a huge fan of Superman movies. And while it was just so great to see a movie about the city where he grew up, I loved getting to see where...
Hold on.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What?
That's Metropolis. This is Megalopolis. It's a totally different movie. Did you even bother watching the screener they sent?
I thought that was one of those AOL free trial things, so I threw it out.
Yeah, the only thing we should be throwing out is you.
Yeah.
Out of the studio.
Yeah,
No,
shut up. Yeah,
And
quiet.
besides, pay attention. There's a phone lighting up there.
Yeah, the guest's
Anyway,
coming.
yeah, I see our guest. He's coming on the line. So let's just go ahead and bring him on the Fusco Satellite Network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Must be very tough for this man right now. He played running back for the New York Giants in the early 90s, back when that was actually something to be proud of. But now his former team is an absolute pile of trash, making everyone forget that this organization was ever even decent. And we're going to get into all that. More about him after retiring. This is good. He started a successful acting and producing career with several impressive credits, including appearing in Two for the Money with Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey, which
Wow.
should have won Best Picture.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Anyway, all right, let's just bring him in. Jarrod Bunch, welcome to the show.
All right. So first off, it's not your fault because it's for years with that, but it's Jarrod.
No. It's spelled Jarrod.
Jarrod. And you are not the first person to say that.
Yeah.
And that is for years.
Jarrod. Okay. Was
That's
this you
right.
changed it because of the Subway guy? You just didn't want anyone thinking you were the
Was
Subway
this
guy?
like trying to be Hollywood? You change, different spelling.
No, I'll tell you how it happened. In college, Bo Schembechler never pronounced my name correctly. And starting from there all the way going into the league, I stopped correcting people. And
Is that why Bo only had a 2-letter first name because he just couldn't pronounce names and he was just like, B.O. is all I can handle?
Exactly.
I don't know, but he had a pretty good coaching career. Though.
Well, yeah, that actually brings us to our first question for you.
Yeah,
Terrific
great
segue.
Yeah.
You're clearly a media person. We want to know, with the Giants being so bad, when people ask you which team you played for, do you actually just say University of Michigan and hope that they don't figure out you ever played for the Giants?
No, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm from University of Michigan. But it's always University of Michigan, and I was a first-round draft pick. That's
You
what
don't say where, just first round draft pick.
Hey, it depends on what year it is. I mean, sometimes the Giants always pop up and go to the, win a Super Bowl every once in a while. And when it works out, I'm a Giant. I'm a former Giant.
Yeah, exactly.
When it doesn't work out, I'm a Raider.
So now you just don't even say you played in the NFL at all, I guess.
Wolverine, that was it.
Somehow that question always comes up.
All right. But, I know this is clearly a sore subject for you, but we do have to ask about the Giants, okay?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown at home in 640 days. Do you think this is because New York Giants fans are the rudest, worst fans in all of sports and don't know how to properly support a QB?
I would put that with the Eagles fans first. But
What do you want?
Yeah.
But they're rough. It's a different category. The Giants fans are very rough, but when you're winning, they're right with you. If you're losing, they are not the type to sugarcoat.
Yeah, so that's most of the time. By the way, are you upset at Eagles fans because we all called you Jarrod when you came to town?
Is that why
we
you
said
don't
you
like
suck,
Eagles
Jarrod.
fans? Yeah.
No, because the Eagle fans were not the only ones that called me Jarrod. Everybody called me Jarrod. That's it. So Eagle fans, no problem. Except when I played in the old stadium, it was clearly the worst field that you could play on. Period.
By design.
And
complaining.
But when we put that with the fans. The fans were I don't want to say the rudest, they were the most rugged fans that were for their team.
Well, tell us about an interaction you had with an Eagles fan. Did they try it? What happened?
No, imagine it, and it happened. I mean,
okay, they threw human feces at you. Yeah. That happened.
I said, imagine it. Not
that was real. I knew that actually happened.
Not what you did.
What, imagine? Like what? They throw a unicorn at you? Like, what do you mean imagine?
Yeah. It was a problem. If you were not an Eagle, it was a problem. And to put on top of that, when I was playing, you guys had Reggie White.
Yup.
I'll tell you somebody asked me who was the hardest hit I've received. Reggie White one time hit me with one hand while being blocked by another guy. And it was like, Lord help me. It was so hard. But the front seven was the absolute best that I ever played against. And we just, every time I don't think we ever beat them.
No, in fact, do you know what your record was against the Eagles during your career?
I don't think we I don't think that we ever beat them.
You know, maybe that hit from Reggie White maybe
It
removed
erased
one
your
of
memory.
the erased your
Yeah,
memory. But
yeah.
you know, the correct answer, which we'll be happy to tell you, is
Yes.
1-4. You
and
were
4
1-4.
against the Eagles.
I don't know why you don't remember that one
Yeah.
win. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe there's an error in the stat book because 0-5 sounds more
Yeah,
realistic.
that does sound more correct.
I don't. What? Tell me what game was it that we beat you guys?
We're not going to focus
I have
on
to
that.
actually. We don't have researchers on the show. We just
Yeah.
do it all from memory. But I'm pretty sure it's 0-5.
I can't say this though. I did block a punt against Philadelphia.
Nobody cares.
No,
Nobody
we don't
cares.
remember. We don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a highlight for my.
Yeah.
for my
Yeah, but you're a
Giant
running back, so it doesn't go on the resume. Sorry.
But sticking with those early Giants, we do
yeah.
want to ask you, you left the Giants in 1993. The same year Lawrence Taylor retired. Did you choose to leave that year because you thought, with Lawrence Taylor gone, there would be no more, drug-fueled sex orgies?
Great question.
No. Now listen. Okay, let's get this straight, right? I played that year, and his last year was my last year with the
Yeah.
Giants. All right, so we had very nice, organized parties.
Oh.
No, like they put the cocaine lines in order. Is that what you're saying? Like straight lines?
I have never seen cocaine in my life, in real life.
Oh. It must be.
Never.
Yeah, we already know. Maybe it's within the memory with the other win that never happened.
Yeah, that's right. Reggie White erased that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you guys talking about real life? Or are you talking about Any Given Sunday? Because Any Given Sunday was different than.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you think's worse, a P. Diddy party or a Lawrence Taylor party? Which one?
I've never been to a P. Diddy party.
No, that's smart by you.
Smart
This is
by
smart.
you.
See, he knows this is all
He
being
knows.
recorded. It is basically like an FBI interrogation you're watching.
He's
here.
like,
He knows.
no, Reggie White
All right.
hit me. I don't
You know what?
know.
Actually, let's talk about Derrick Henry
Yeah.
because we looked this up, right? You and Derrick Henry had basically the same body type, right? 6'3",
Exactly.
250, right? But don't you think it's a little unfair that you both got to play running back?
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
fair.
you look like an offensive lineman. So don't you think maybe the defense was afraid to tackle
Yeah,
you?
they were confused.
They didn't want to get charged with holding.
Yes, to all your questions, yes.
Yeah.
But I played fullback. He's a running back. He's a tailback. He doesn't line up to block most of the time. He lines up to get the ball and go. I got the ball sometimes and did well when I had it, but most of the time I had another back behind me.
Okay.
Yeah. So why didn't they make Rodney Hampton the fullback and you the tailback?
I asked the same question. That's one of the reasons why I was ready to get out of there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can I ask you a question? Have you considered this? Maybe your coach said, Rod, go stand back there. And they were
Yeah.
talking to you thinking you were Jarrod, but then Rodney Hampton
Wow.
goes back there.
Great connective tissue there,
Don't-
Paul.
that sounds more
Yeah,
plausible.
that sounds way
I
more
think if you had just
plausible.
gone by Jarrod, you would have been
Yeah.
standing back there.
But you were like, no, I'm Jarrod, and you ruined your career.
The Giants ruining
Yeah,
football
been
careers
ruining
left and
football
right.
careers. That's
You,
what they
Daniel
do.
Jones. They should do
Daniel
a class.
Jones.
You should do a class
Yeah.
action lawsuit.
Yeah.
You, Daniel Jones, Saquon.
We'll put it together for you.
You Giant Eagles. We have a shared bond, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We both hate Washington.
Yup.
With the fire of 1,000 suns.
Yeah, we do.
So. Well, there's a lot of hype right now around the Commanders. They're getting so excited, right? But, we know this is going to just go off the rails. They suck.
Yup.
And this Jaden Daniels is going to turn into another RG3 Jason Campbell.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. Can you look at the camera and just say, take it from me, someone who's seen a bunch of your Commanders, all your games, give up hope now because this is going to end poorly?
No.
Well, hold on.
No.
Why won't you do that?
Excuse
No.
me.
We're
Go
supposed to
ahead,
be
take
brothers.
one.
We're-
Yeah, take
Yeah, you're-
two.
yeah.
Take two. Go.
No. I want to be truthful. You want me to tell
you
all
want to be
lies?
truthful?
Typical
I'll be truthful.
He wants
you're
to
not
write
a
the-
giant.
Yeah, you're not a giant.
You're a giant waste of time.
Yeah,
That's what you
exactly.
are because you're
Guess
off
what,
the show.
Jarrod Bunch?
Get out of
You're
here.
off the show.
Sounds like a Commanders fan. Maybe you should go play for them. Jarrod Bunch, a waste of
See you,
time.
Jarrod.
Satellite
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up
Hey,
the
that's
phone.
why you can't have Giants on the show. Just a poor performance, as expected.
Yeah, that was a Jarrod bunch of terrible takes.
There you go, Tony. And, good one. And let's not let him
Thank
ruin,
you.
which was a terrific show all around.
No,
of course, we
it was
want to remind
great.
you, go see the new movie,
Yeah.
Megalopolis,
Go see
now
it
in
right
theaters.
now.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
something nobody wants to see ever.
Exactly.
What?
Producer Jay, what do you want?
And
What?
What?
you guys said Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown pass at MetLife Stadium in over 2 years?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's horrible, bro.
It's been 640 days. 2 years is 730 days. That's third grade math.
Oh, yeah, well, you remind me of a third grader. From the waist down.
Yeah, you have a third of an adult penis.
Oh, great one, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Wow.
What?
Go.
You said people have been watching your clip on Instagram for 65 straight days.
Yeah, they love it, bro.
Yeah, hard data, bro.
Yeah.
No, 65 days is the cumulative watch time of all the views. No one would watch one clip for 65 straight days.
Oh, yeah, well, the clip you need to watch is Inside My Machine Gun.
Yeah, and you know what I've been doing for 65 straight days? Your mom.
Oh, and that's it. No more out of
Yeah,
you.
no
We're out
more.
of
We're
time.
done. You're
we had
done.
sponsorship obligations. You need to be
Yeah,
quiet.
quiet.
Oh, and by the way, the one thing we do need to mention, Tony, is coming to the show next week. Just booked.
Who?
Eagles legend, future Hall of Famer
Who?
Nick Foles will be joining
Wow.
us. So there you go. Hey, don't forget, rate and review
Yup.
the show
Buy
on
all
Apple
the merch.
Podcasts. Buy all the
Yeah.
merch. And Tony,
Yup.
great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people Sunday night for our post-game reactions.
Yeah, see ya.